Hi there, this is Jen with Pro Skin Guru, and I am going to demo for you an InnoPen microneedling treatment. The first step is to cleanse the skin. You can use whatever cleanser you have in your back bar. I am trialing actually this new cleanser. It's a vitamin C cleanser. I loved it. It's really nice. My skin feels really soft. The next step is to go ahead and apply a numbing cream as long as that is legal in your state. I am trying a new numbing cream. This is actually prescription strength. So you would have to have a medical director or a medical doctor prescribe this for you. This stuff is a BLT, benzocaine, lidocaine, tetracaine, and I believe it is 10%. It's a 10-10-20, so 10% benzocaine, 10% lidocaine, 20% tetracaine. And I have tried this before, just a tiny little bit, and I was numb for a very long time. I need to take my nose ring out. Let me do that. Because it's prescription strength, I'm just gonna leave it on for 20 minutes. I am gonna do my neck as well, so I need to get a little bit more of this numbing cream, and I'm going to apply it on my neck. Okay, so I have all of my numbing cream applied. I used two kind of tips of my stick for my entire face and my neck. I would do my décolleté as well, but I'm not exactly wearing the best shirt for that. So I'm just gonna treat my neck today. And I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 20 minutes. If you would like to numb your skin faster, you can just take a plastic wrap, a plastic film, and apply it over the skin. The way I apply it is in sections, so I can peel off a piece at a time and go ahead and work on that part of the skin. So I'm just gonna do the entire neck, and then I'll just do two pieces, one on each side of my face here. And then you can just leave that while your client is numbing, and this will actually help it to numb a little bit faster. That looks wild. I look like I'm dialing in aliens right now. At this point of my service is when I would start talking to my client about aftercare. I send everyone home with aftercare from Entourage, and I would just make sure I verbally explain this to them so that they didn't have, I mean, they can always call me if they have questions, but, you know, try to pre-answer any questions that they may have. And other than that, this is where I tell them to relax, because the rest of the service, they're probably going to be snoring because I won't feel a thing. They're just going to feel that nice buzzing of the needling device. Oh, this fell off my chin. Okay, I need to not talk. While I am letting my client numb, this is also when I would be setting up my needling device. So I would be taking my plastic sleeve for my cord and putting that on my cord. I would also be covering my microneedling pen, the InnoPen, with either plastic or vet wrap I will use. And I will be getting all of my materials set out. So I have a bunch of alcohol swabs. I'll be getting my solutions, my Entourage set up, everything. This is going to be really cute that I'm doing this with all of this saran wrap on my face. But with this cord sleeve, you just feed it through. And Just feed it through until the entire cord, and I do it kind of like this. There's a little cylindrical spot, and I'll just hold on to that, and I'll slide this entire cord sleeve all the way down. I appreciate the fact that my InnoPen has a cord. What that means for my device and for my client is I know that their entire service is a consistent power. With battery operated devices, a lot of times you don't know that the batteries are going dead until all of a sudden it stops working in the middle of a treatment. And what you have to think about is your client has likely been getting a slower depth or a slower rate of penetration, which can very well mean that there's more dragging, a little bit more pain. With a corded device, it's consistent. Your depth of penetration is the same rate because you are plugged into the wall. Ooh, I'm getting this all over my tongue, and I'm definitely very, very numb on my tongue right now. It's been 6 minutes, and I'm already starting to feel pretty numb. I'm going to let it do the whole 20, but I don't think it's going to take that long, especially with this medical grade BLT. Here is your InnoPen device. This is the Pro model. The Pro model is the model that is able to be purchased by licensed estheticians and cosmetologists. It's this orange, kind of gold orange color. The MD model is only able to be purchased by licensed medical professionals. So nurses, doctors, nurse practitioners, not the average esthetician. It's fine. This one model right here penetrates to the depth of 1 millimeter in 0.1 millimeter increments. So this is plenty deep to give your client a really good service. You have the choice of 2 different tips. You can get a closed tip, and I have another video I'm going to link on the difference between the closed and the open tips. It's a really nice video. This is the closed tip, and what that means is the base of this, it's hard to see, is totally covered with this polycarbonate plastic. The open tip is open. Let's see if I can. So you can actually stick something inside of this tip, whereas with the closed tip, you can't stick anything in. In order for this tip to work, you actually need to stamp it on the skin. It's totally difficult to see those. But this is the stamping device. You can only stamp with this. You are not able to glide across the skin. With the open tip, you can either stamp or you can glide. So that's your first choice that you get to make. I am going to use an open tip on myself because I like to glide. So this is 0.5 millimeters, and you totally cannot see that, which is fine. The video I'm going to link shows how this penetrates. I'll even turn it up to a full millimeter. I doubt you can see that. Maybe you can. But this is it. This is my setup. The one thing I have to do now is go ahead and cover the pen with this vet tape or vet wrap or whatever you call it. When I wrap my InnoPen, I wrap it and I don't cover this little, that's the on and off button first. I'll actually kind of loop down on one side and then I'll go with one more wrap around it. So you can see where that button is and you're able to push it on and off without it getting stuck. The other thing I won't wrap is this part right here. This determines how fast your motor goes. I always use it at 5, always. So once you have that on 5, you are more than welcome to wrap it with more of the vet wrap. I need to figure out what this is actually called. I'm just gonna call it vet wrap. Oh my God, my whole mouth is numb at this point. But I'll show you what I do with that as well. All right, I'm done with this stuff around my face because it's getting nice and numb. It's gonna leave my forehead. All right, the stuff on my face feels pretty numb. My lips are completely numb. My tongue is numb. I'm assuming everything is nice and numb. It has been only 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it the remaining 5, but I'm feeling pretty numb right now. This is the InnoPen protective barrier film cover. It's kind of like the stuff that dentists use on their lights. It just rips off in these individual sheets, and you know, it sticks to itself. So the reason I'm showing you this is I will take on my pen, I cut a piece and I will wrap it around the bottom of my pen. And that way, if I need to adjust the depth, I can turn it. And I'll do the same thing on the end of this pen. But that way I have the ability to adjust the depth of my pen. I usually will treat my normal, like everyday client 0.5 or lower. This is me. I'm going to go as deep as I can without seeing any active bleeding. Pinpoint bleeding is fine, but if your client is bleeding a lot, you would actually make your pen go a little less deep, a little more shallow. It is now 2:32. It's been 21 minutes. I've just completed setting up my tray, for lack of a better term. I'm going to go ahead and take a little video of that in a minute. But what I have set up is alcohol swabs. I have my Anti-Age vial. I have some 4x4 cotton, not aesthetic wipes. I use the cotton gauze. Some saline, and the ingredients are just water and sodium chloride. So you want to make very certain that there is no preservatives or anything in your saline. And this is just Little Remedies sterile saline mist. It's for babies. And I have my pen. I'll take that video right now. And I'm very numb. Like, my lips are numb. It's actually very strange to swallow because obviously I got some in my throat. So I would say don't let your client talk very much when they are numbing, especially if you use this 10-10-20 BLT. Whew, it's powerful. Everybody has their own technique. This is my technique. I'm not saying this is better than anyone else's. I'm not saying anything other than this is the way I learned and this is the way I do needling. So I'm going to start by wiping off the numbing cream from around my lips and my jawline. And then do it again. Then I will take my sterile saline. You can just squirt it on the face and wipe. I'm trying to make sure there is absolutely no trace of numbing cream. Now I'm going to take my anti-age roller. You can use whatever serum you learned on using. Clinical Resolution, the manufacturer of the InnoPen, has some fabulous serums as well. I just happen to use this. And I'm going to apply it on the entire area. And then I'm going to start needling. Double checking to make sure I'm at 0.5. Yep, can't feel a thing. It's a little nerve-wracking when you first start, wondering, is this really numb? It's numb. I can't even feel it on my lips at all. If you ever need any more glide, you can use your saline, or you can squirt some more of your anti-age. I know plenty of people that only needle with saline. And honestly, because this is me and I'm not working on a client, I'm going to go ahead and go to 1 millimeter. Now that I have done my lower face, I'm going to go ahead and use my alcohol swab and do my mid face. And once again, I use 2 swabs. If your client is sensitive to the fumes of alcohol at all, you can always use a little fan and fan it away from their face. All right, apply your serum or just your saline. It's completely up to you. I'll also apply where I've already been working. And I'll keep rolling. I have something funny to admit to you. I need glasses. And obviously I don't want to put glasses on skin that I'm needling or get any numbing cream on my glasses and then put my glasses on later. I just needled my face at 0 millimeters. So I'm going back over with the 1 millimeter. I'm still plenty numb. I can't feel a thing, but I just thought you'd get a little chuckle out of that because I know I sure did. I was like, why am I not really feeling anything? Well, first of all, I'm not feeling anything because I'm numb, but second of all, because that was at 0. Oh my word. Now I'm getting that nice flushing that you want to look for. That's your end result, is flushing, not blood. My phone is telling me my battery's at 20%. Great. So I think I'm only going to video half of my face. So I'm going to catch up and then I'll start videoing again in a minute. I can definitely feel the needling when I get closer to that cheekbone. It doesn't hurt. I can just tell, like, oh yeah, there's penetration there. So definitely check in with your client. Make sure they're comfortable. I'm going to reduce the depth of the InnoPen slightly when I'm done with my cheekbone and my cheek. When I'm going around the eyes, I don't want it to be as deep because the skin just isn't as thick there. And if you notice, I'm just getting nice and flushed. It's not bleeding, I'm not bloody, I'm not beet red. Oh yeah, I'll definitely not go as deep on my nose as well. So you're just trying to evenly cover the area. I always go back and forth, up and down. And then if it looks like I've missed any spots, I'll kind of do like a diagonal as well. You're just trying to get this nice pink look to your skin, or to your client's skin, depending on who you are needling. Oh, it's looking good. Woo, I am numb. My lips are very numb. So I've reduced the depth of the InnoPen a little bit. This is now 0.5. Oh, I need to, feeling like it was very draggy. I can't feel this at all. This is 0.5. This numbing cream is awesome. Like, I can't feel anything on my nose. Normally the nose is really sensitive. You know, it's just, you pull a hair and you sneeze. I literally can't feel this at all. That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go back to 1 millimeter and just test something. Wow. I can't feel that at all. That's crazy. I mean, I can tell it's sticking in my skin, but it does not hurt at all. Okay. So I'm gonna look in my mirror and just make sure everything looks nice and even, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my forehead. Everything's looking good. I'll go ahead and remove this numbing cream from my forehead. I'll take my saline. I'll wipe. All right, time for my anti-age microneedling serum. And I'll go ahead and reapply over all of the areas that I've needled already. I'm gonna just test this. I don't usually needle my forehead at 1 millimeter. I'm usually at 0.5. And keep in mind what your license allows you to do. Not uncomfortable at all. Probably I'm gonna get a little pinpoint bleeding up here because this is very thin. I'll go ahead and go to 0.5 because that's a little peaky. Perfect. These lines right here drive me crazy, so I'm gonna do some extra. I am a very, very animated speaker, so I have these lines on my forehead that, I mean, I gotta say, aren't bad, but they bother me. So a little extra love on there will not hurt a thing. Then we'll dry. Microneedling treatments give you and your clients a lot of bang for your buck. They don't take very long. They do an amazingly great job of stimulating collagen production, treating fine lines and wrinkles, dealing with hyperpigmentation, acne scarring, telangiectasis. The whole point is to be thickening your epidermis, boosting collagen production. I have some serious 11 starting too, so I'm going to really crank on those suckers. In fact, I'm just going to not be a pansy and go a little bit deeper here. As long as I'm not seeing bleeding, that's all that matters. So what am I at? I am at 0.8. This is very comfortable for me. Squirt it all in my face. Looking good. I'm going to do a little bit more right here. I'm not seeing that peaking yet. Go ahead up to 1 millimeter. I think I want to do a little bit more on these lines above my brows as well. Let's see. Pretty good. All right, now I'm going to swab my neck. 10% battery. Note to self, charge your phone before you try to make videos. The reason I am so careful about 2 alcohol swabs and then making sure I wipe the area with gauze is I don't want to be needling any numbing cream into my client's body, into their skin. Still got some left. I'm still very numb. Oh my goodness, I could go over my face plenty more times if I needed to. All right, let's get rolling. dripping everywhere. I'm going to do some more right under here, because this is the area that also drives me insane. My turkey wattle. This is very, very genetic. My mom has a turkey wattle. I have a turkey wattle. My grandmother had a turkey wattle. So we're going to see if we can make it a little less dramatic. I might need surgery to get that sucker removed. Now that I have needled my entire face, the next thing I'm going to do is lie underneath my Soluma LED panel. It's right there. Soluma on the red setting is very anti-inflammatory and very soothing to your skin. So I'm going to go ahead and take a photo of my face now. I'm going to lie under the Soluma panel for 30 minutes and I'll take another photo. I might look a little bit less red. Something you can do if your client is feeling really, really dry is go ahead and roll on some more of your microneedling solution if you have it. You can also apply a little bit of hyaluronic acid, and I'm definitely feeling a little bit dry right now, so I'm just going to, I just did 2 pumps, and I'm just going to put it over my entire face. I am still so numb. This is incredible how numb I am. And I will do one more pump on my neck where I treated myself. But that's it. I am not putting a mask on. I love using LED after microneedling. I feel like they are best friends. They go hand in hand. It is the best way to calm your client's skin after a microneedling treatment. It is in no way going to interfere with how effective the microneedling treatment is. It is just a way to calm your client's skin and make them not look like they've been slapped in the face for 20 minutes. I just laid under the Soluma panel for 30 minutes, and I'm sure you can see how much less red I am already. It's incredible what the Soluma panel does after microneedling. Now that I have finished needling my entire face, for the next 24 hours, the only products I'm going to use on my face are anti-age products. They have a little stem cell aftercare kit, and there are some instructions and a coupon actually for your client to come and purchase the full size, which is awesome. So nice, very clear instructions for the first 24 hours. The only 2 things I'm going to use are the microneedling solution, and this little container comes in this kit. And I will also be using hyaluronic acid. It does not come in the kit. You can retail this to your client. I happen to have the back bar size, so this is huge. So I'm just gonna dispense a little bit into a container and bring that home with me tonight. And then days 2 through 5, I will use the other ingredients. First one being the anti-age cleanser. You can use your regular cleanser that you normally use, but this comes in the kit, so I'm just going to use it. And then I'm going to use the serum, which is step 1. And then I'm going to use the accelerator, which is step 2. And that's all I'm going to put on my face for 2 to 5 days until I run out of these products. And then I will, after 5 days, start using my normal products. Once again, this is Jen with Pro Skin Guru. You can find the InnoPen and all of the other pieces of equipment that I sell at my website. It is proskinguru.com. If you have any questions or you'd like to reach out, you can reach out through my website. You can also send me a Facebook message. I'm terrible at answering Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm just older and I don't do Instagram well. But feel free to reach out, or you can always call me. My number is on my website, but it's 508-505-4878. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.